It's beefy, baby.
Hey,
My name is Luke Hodson.
Alex Morrison.
hey,
You ready? I'm ready.
It's a movie podcast.
hey,
Let's get it.
hey,
Grease-soaked mess.
It's a movie podcast.
hey. Rated PG-13. Hey,
Your mom didn't make that casserole.
beef.
You gotta give me some hard and hefty.
Bam, 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 bam. Step up. It's time to dance. It's time to jive. Step up. Oh yeah, come on and dance and dive. Ooh,
Channing
step up.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Channing
Tatum. Ooh. Channing Tatum. Other people I do not know. And one guy that can dunk basketballs real well.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 18th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show. My name is Alex Morrison.
My name is Luke Hodson.
Oh, you okay?
I feel much more awake. I think it's a notable enough thing to mention that I think this is the first recording of the podcast that we've done that hasn't been between like 5 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is nice too.
We're all
like
bright-eyed
the
and
morning ones.
bushy-tailed.
Yeah, I do like the morning ones though. Like occasionally, if I'm like ready for them, but they've just been so unwarranted recently. You know.
I know they've been like very last minute. This is also one of the few days that I haven't forgotten something extremely important for the podcast, like charging my headphones or making sure my mic was working properly. So
I'm so
I
happy
think
for you.
I think we're going well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Okay, so I have a question. This is a dirty question.
Oh God,
It was
my
posed
mother
to me.
listens to this.
Well, your mother's about to learn something new about you for sure.
Dear God, I gotta
Okay.
warn her.
So this was sent to me earlier today. Okay,
Okay,
this is so nasty. This is the nastiest thing I'll ever say on this podcast.
Jesus, and we're
Would you-
starting it off this way
We're starting it off this way. Yeah, well, because
with a
I mean,
childhood classic of Step Up?
childhood classic. Yeah, we got a little bit. Okay,
Jesus. Okay.
would you rather
Mm.
get fingered by the Flash,
Oh my God.
get head from Venom, or take back shots from the Hulk? And go.
I would do fingered by the Flash because he doesn't have to use his powers.
Huh?
He doesn't have to use his powers.
You don't want him to use his powers?
Nah, I just want one quick in and out. Make it the easiest out of the bunch of them. You never you didn't pick any specifications. He could just do one little half digit up in there. It's all over.
Oh my God. I mean, they could all be depowered technically. You know. Okay, whatever. I appreciate your response to it, though.
Well, you did not say take back shots from fucking wow.
Bruce Banner,
My brain is from Bruce Banner. I'm not
Yeah,
getting
you're
rammed
right.
by the Hulk. Are you kidding?
You split them cheeks, man. You can't have
that
that.
would simply ruin my whole day.
No, that'd be terrible. It'd be like ripping apart chopsticks.
It would actually kill me, probably.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah.
Mine was Venom.
Yeah, because you didn't think outside the box. You
No,
didn't think of.
No, I didn't. I just want to see what that tongue do.
Oh my God.
We're starting off strong today, everyone.
Really strong. Thanks for listening, you guys.
All right, Luke, tell us about what we watched.
So we watched Step Up, the original Step Up, which I think I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I haven't seen any of the other Step Up movies. I would guess that this is probably one of the worst ones. Maybe I'm wrong.
One of the worst ones. Okay.
Maybe. I'm glad that they went for their narrative and everything. I just thought there was going to be much more dancing all the time in this movie.
Sure.
And so I was a little let down by the number of grand dance numbers because they start off really strong. Like the first 10 minutes is you get that awesome intro. I loved the intro to this movie.
Yeah,
which is
it's
that
cool.
really that super bumping track at the beginning. Super bone shaking, you know?
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. But I will say, the
intro
only
is really cool.
Yeah, the only other Step Up movie I've seen, because I haven't seen this. I know Luke hasn't seen it, but the only Step Up movie that I've seen is Step Up 3, I think. And it was like in theaters when I was like younger, for sure.
Yeah.
And
was there a lot of dancing?
Oh my god, it's a completely different thing. It's like you have to have a dance battle to get down the street. Like it's like Pokemon.
That's what I'm talking
like you're
about.
battling. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to go the Fast and the Furious route. You know what I mean? Like
they totally could. I think they still can.
You got to give the people what's in the title. You know?
Yeah, we were looking like on the Prime catalog because there's 4 Step Up movies, and then there's a TV show, and I think there's like some sort of Chinese or Japanese version of Step Up as well that came out recently.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So I'm like, this thing has some legs. This thing has had some legs for a while.
Yeah, for sure. There are people that like grew up watching Step Up, like huge fans, you know?
Yeah.
What this movie reminded me of, and we should get into the synopsis after I say this little thing. This movie really reminded me of High School Musical.
Oh, 100%.
It has like a very similar energy. It's like a sexier version of High School Musical. You know?
Yeah,
it's
sexier
like the PG,
and a little
it's
bit
like
more
the
grungy.
PG. Yeah, it's like the PG-13 version of High School Musical. You know?
No, literally, for real. That's crazy.
But
I didn't even have that thought, honestly.
Well, just with all of like the high school drama-ish stuff was very like reminiscent of High School Musical, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you want to do the synopsis? All right.
No. I do not want to do the synopsis. You do.
No, yeah, I want to do the synopsis, but we're in the synopsis portion of the podcast.
Oh, good. For everyone that doesn't know, this is the synopsis portion of the podcast. Take
Exactly.
it away, Alex.
Yeah, this is how it goes.
Yeah.
Baggy-clothed Tyler Gage, played by Channing Tatum, and his boys are being bad. They're being bad boys. Tyler and his friends go into a school unknowingly and just absolutely destroy it for literally no fucking reason. And Tyler gets in trouble and has to do a bunch of community service hours at the school. There's another girl who attends this school named Nora who wants to be a dancer real bad, and her dance partner hurts himself, and basically Tyler is like, hey, I can bust a move, and she's like, but you can't bust a move the way I need you to bust a move. And they have a romance ? Will she go be the dancer of her dreams? Will he stop wearing baggy clothes? Guess it's time to step up and find out. Yeah, get some goddamn tights. Step up and find out. End synopsis.
Bam. So I have a mixed. I had a mixed opinion of this movie. I'm still kind of conflicted because I really liked the first 15 minutes of this movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was
very
very
strong.
fun. I love that they just start in that like in their sort of in Omar's party spot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's the perfect introduction to all of the 3 main guy characters. Like it perfectly encapsulates like all of their different sort of, you know, nuances and like character traits, and it's really fun. Like you instantly get the vibe that they have been friends for a long time and that they're all really close. Channing Tatum like instantly has some fucking killer dance moves.
It's so funny because he's like the connective tissue between all those guys is super real. It's like, I was like, oh, this is juicy, delicious actor work. And then
That's
some
like
of the
some
dialogue
my
is
favorite
like,
parts of the movie, yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the dialogue is like, oh, Disney Channel original movie.
It gets once like the dance school gets introduced and like that kind of forced conflict between what's Channing Tatum's character's name again?
Tyler.
Yeah, once that kind of conflict gets introduced between Tyler and Jason, like that kind of relationship sort of takes a dive too, and like they try to sell it as much as they can, but the writing just doesn't feel as strong as it was for the first like 15 or 20 minutes, you know?
No, for sure.
But I loved that opening, like when he's dancing with that girl, he's fucking killing it. He's like,
putting the moves on. One of my notes because. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. What are your notes? What's in your notes?
I tried to compartmentalize my notes as well as possible because this time, guys, I tried to keep notes while I was watching the movie. A couple of things in the beginning, though, I did question, okay? Because I still am not sure how old Tyler is, for sure. I'm not sure.
I think he's supposed to
period.
be a senior in high school.
So he's going to do an additional year at this school.
No, he's just gonna do his last semester there, I think.
Okay. And then I thought it was just super funny because these are the most destructive boys on the block, for sure.
They are, dude. They are fucking vandals.
They vandals, dude. These boys are hoodlums to the highest degree.
I also want to talk about PJ for a minute at first, too, because Tyler's dancing with PJ's girl. It doesn't go well. They get into a little altercation. Let me also say this. If I was, ever in a situation where... I had my girlfriend at a party, and this man is dance god around her. I'd be like, she's not my girl anymore.
No, when you see him slip between her legs and stand right back up in a quarter of a second, you're like, holy shit!
So smooth. My brain would go it's ultimately her decision. Where she wants to go with the relationship I have with her, but if I was in her shoes, I feel like the choice would be easy.
I'd be like, see ya, Buster.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, how are you supposed to do that?
You literally can't. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like even PJ realistically would have been like, I can't do that.
Yeah, he'll just dance away from my bullets.
Yeah. And it was so funny how they stumbled across the school. They're this old rickety ass building. And the little kid is like, what's his name? Skinny's like, oh, I think this is a school, after they busted the window open. They kick in the glass and they go inside and they're like, this place is like a museum. And I'm pretty sure there was dust and shit. But the next day it's in a super nice neighborhood.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was a little weird to me.
That it just happened to be right around the corner from this grungy abandoned building party, you know?
Yeah. Unless that's just how Maryland is, but I've never been to Maryland, but honestly, it was just, I was like, okay, all right, disbelief suspending. Got it. Got you.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that's where the characters fuck around and find out. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this. I feel kind of bad for putting it that way.
But it is what it is.
The way that some things end up in this movie, but there's a lot of fucking around and finding out with these three, with the three main, with Skinny, Jason, and Tyler. You know, yeah.
No, for sure. I didn't realize.
Let's also talk about how they.
Oh, his name is
their
Mac.
hustle...
I was like Jason. It's Mac.
Yeah. It is Mac.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, Tyler, Mac, and Skinny, not Jason. I think Jason's a character in another movie. And I like how their side hustle is literally Grand Theft Auto.
Dude, they fucking a lot of cars and they never get caught.
Yeah, they're going hard for high schoolers,
for sure. Yeah, they're going.
And
very
it's not
hard.
it's not like they're taking cars and joyriding with them or anything like that, and being goofy. They're taking them to fucking organized crime syndicate.
To Omar's place, the organized crime. Yeah. But I will say I liked the Omar character for sure.
I liked Omar a lot. He was he was kind of he was a cool kind of mentor character for the little bit of things that they gave him to do, you know?
Yeah, honestly, he was spitting facts the entire time.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, okay, where were we? I'm trying to find my list. I'm trying to.
Yeah. Well, so while you're looking at the list, basically, so they break into this school. They go into the theater and they're like, "Look at all this shit that we can destroy."
Yeah. They're dicking around they're just kicking shit over. What
yeah, they're
the plan?
A bus gets broken by accident and it's a big deal when it happens. Then they're like, fuck it, and then they decide to break everything.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
Destroy everything. And then this guy that looks like he wouldn't be able to take Channing Tatum takes him very easily. And he ends up getting sentenced to 200 hours of community service at the school where he caused this destruction.
Yeah. And he has a real bad time at first. My next note has never been more certain of a man that fucks than Channing Tatum.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
He like oozes sex in this movie, man. I mean,
It's
there's a reason that they fucking made Magic Mike with him, you know? Like
Yeah.
he's like fucking he's got it, you know.
He's got it. He's got the goods. He stayed in the game, man. No one else in this movie. I mean, I don't want to like knock or anything, but you know, I haven't seen pretty much anyone else in anything else, you know,
Yeah, that's fair.
besides Channing Tatum. But I love the part when she's auditioning people, when Nora's auditioning people, and no one can lift this 90-pound gal.
Yeah, my thing's like one of the things that I didn't like about this movie, and I think like in general, I hate it when they like set up like a premise of like everyone at this place is like the most gifted that they can possibly be. That's how they're here. They're some of the best young people at what they do. And then all of a sudden there's like so many times in this movie where they just have to be bad at it for some reason.
And it kind of looks bad too. Like it doesn't.
It does. It looks like people that are really fucking good, like doing a pretty bad job of acting like they don't know how to do things.
100. I'm so glad you caught that vibe because I could not have explained that better.
No, for sure. And it's just one of those things like it's kind of like, and I get that they're supposed to be like freshmen or sophomores, but like they can fucking do that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Like it's just the lift that like didn't, like if anything they could have had it be like you know, she's feeling kind of lost at her school because like she has her like capstone kind of senior showcase thing. Everyone else is booked with all their other stuff, and there's just like no one else that can help her, you know?
Yeah. As opposed to like her running at someone and like she just jumps on his shoulder and he's just spinning around like whoa. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it just looks.
you know?
You could have. Yeah,
And
there are
like
lots of better ways
all
to
the
go about
boys
that.
like just like being so afraid to dance all of a sudden. It's like
Yeah.
what? Like these are supposed to be like the best of the best, you know?
Yeah,
Like they're like some of the greatest dance companies that are going to be seeing, like that are going to come to this school, you know? And like
Yeah.
these kids just don't have it for some reason, you know?
yeah.
Like I would get it if she was like she had like already started like wanting to do a kind of like more experimental kind of like capstone sort of senior showcase thing, and they just like weren't about it, or like just weren't as good at Tyler's character,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
at it.
Mhm.
But like the fact that it comes down to like these boys not being able to do like a Dirty Dancing style lift, not even, is just like kind of
It's goofy.
a little goofy. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, but we she looked at the new janitor and was like, "Who's that hunk?" And he
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah." I
And
can
her
do
her
that
friend
well."
her friend noticed him first.
Yes, I loved Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy's a great character. Lucy's really cool. I really like the music producer guy. I can't remember his name.
His name is Miles.
Miles with the sort of chin beard. The
Yeah.
little like the little chin strap beard.
Oh my God!
Which,
God bless,
which
dude.
I kind of like oscillated between like I can't believe that this is his facial hair / like is he pulling it off? But like I'm kind of
Yeah,
like leaning
right?
in a direction of yes, like he kind of pulled it off. I mean,
Here, I'm
this-
gonna reference.
This
Go ahead,
is
go ahead.
2000. This is 2005 in this movie, and the fits are pretty atrocious. There's a lot of
okay.
there's a lot of like half thigh high boots and jeans combinations with like knitted scarves, and it's just not awesome.
It's not great. One of my here's my next note then. I said, how did people know what style was? I saw Nora wearing a turtleneck sweater that went from her neck to her belly button, but it was a dance outfit ?
Yeah,
Because it was crazy. It was absolutely insane.
we need to consult some dance style experts. I think.
I think so
on
too.
this.
I think you're
if
right.
you're a,
yeah.
if you're a dance style expert of the early to mid 2000s, please DM us on Instagram at Bucket of Beef Show. and let us know if we're
100%.
off, if we're on or off the mark for this one.
It was weird. It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
But
We also get introduced to God, I'm doing so poorly with all of the characters' names in this. What's the main girl's name again?
Nora.
Nora. Nora's boyfriend is like absolutely High School Musical.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most High School Musical aspects of this movie.
Yeah.
He has a very mousy falsetto voice and makes pop tunes. Yeah, that's basically him.
I hated him, but also I really appreciated.
And you're
that...
supposed to hate him. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, what I love the most is that Channing Tatum really like, he like stepped up. He like stepped up like immediately the second he said something. Like the second they were in the room together, he was like, "What's up?" He was basically
Yeah.
like, hey, like Brett was like, "Hey, babe," and he's like, "You want to say something to me?" Like it was so fast. I was like, "Ooh."
No, for sure, he was ready. I also, just because we're kind of going chronologically through it, I think one of my favorite dance numbers in this movie is when he sees, oh my God, Skinny and his older brother.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Skinny and Mac when they're dancing around that car, or when Tyler's dancing around the car. It's just so like, the moves are so inventive and organic and fun, and it's just like, there's just like such a cool, I don't know, like there's so many cool things about like what makes dancing so awesome in this movie, especially when it comes to like how dancing fits into Tyler's life, you know?
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see, and I do wish that we got some more moments of that, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Just like kind of on that train too, just kind of because you said it, I feel like Channing Tatum does such a good job of his like innate character switches. Like there are beats at some point when like his like energy and his happiness changes, and it goes so like it flows so smoothly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It just works, and like it's so readable. He does such a good job in this.
Yeah, I agree. He did an excellent job. Yeah, so eventually, you know, they decide that Nora's gonna work with Tyler. The headmistress is like kind of on the fence about it, but she's like intrigued. Like she sees Tyler's spark, if you know what I mean, and it's not just because of his 8-pack abs.
I literally, because I didn't know how old Tyler was, I didn't know if there was going to be a love triangle between the headmistress and him.
No, I know. I wasn't sure if the headmistress was going to be interested in him.
You know what I mean? I like, dude.
Yeah. No, for sure. I totally get that. Yeah.
I'm glad. I know I have naughty thoughts sometimes, but I was like, I know I'm not tripping with this one.
No, I get you.
Yeah. Let me see. Do I have any other crazy notes? I said the audition thing. Let's talk a little bit more about... Okay, so where are we? She's like, you're gonna dance with Nora, and that's how that's gonna go. And then we start montaging for a really long time.
It's a really long montage. Really long. Of, like, Tyler trying to get the moves down, and then all of a sudden Tyler can't dance. And I understand that he doesn't have, like, ballet technique or anything like that, and I know that ballet is a very, very hard dance form that takes many years to perfect. And, yeah, he's just, like... but the thing that ran through my head is, like, Tyler's the best choice just because he could do the lift, you know? But then he's ass at everything else. You know?
Yeah, like it would have been easier to teach one of your dancer friends how to lift.
Yeah, right?
You know?
When
like
they
at the end of the
have
day.
all the technique, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could just tell them what
Yeah.
to do literally just besides the lift. Like, that's not.
Yeah, you know?
She wasn't
That
thinking
was-
straight.
That was my main thing with the montage there, you know?
Yeah. And then we end up, where are we at? So, he has, like, a really shitty home life, but, like, we don't see too much except for Allison Stoner?
Yeah.
The little sister, which was super fun.
She's one of the other foster kids. It, like, doesn't look like a horrible situation. They like, touch on the fact that the foster dad's a drunk. but you never really see the really negative aspects of that, aside from him just like constantly sitting in a chair with a bottle of beer in his hand.
Yeah.
He has a great foster mom. I think she seems very sweet.
She does.
She seems like she's doing everything that she can for those kids.
Yeah.
But she's only one lady, and there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. He's older. He might have been in the system for a while,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely implied that he's been in the system for a long time.
Yeah.
And that it's beaten him down.
And this is where we kind of start oscillating between her home life and his home life, Nora's home life,
Yeah.
And I thought it's not a petty thing. In my head, it's a petty thing, and I know it's not. But she's so mad that she might have to go to Cornell or Brown.
I know. Yeah, right? It's like, dear God.
I'd be like, if
So
I were her
bad.
mom, I'd be like, do you know that you can also dance there? Like, you can...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. I was like the whole all or nothing thing is like, you can do your undergrad and dance. And make
like, you're
excellent
super good at it.
too,
Like, she's great at
know?
it. And, she's great.
Like, you're gonna get in, even if you don't get accepted to one of like the best like dance academies in the nation. But it might have been like a thing that they didn't really talk about, where it's either you get into one of the best dance academies or you have to go for accounting, like your dad.
Right, okay, yeah.
Like it could have been that or something. I also do want to talk about how she's just like so immediately like sexually flustered by Tyler, like every time that they get in close contact.
Oh
she's,
my
like,
God, dude.
She's like going to pass out. Like,
the
flush,
second
legs
dance
quivering.
move he like uses, the second dance move he like gets right in her face, and she's like,
Yeah, and she can't handle it. She
Not
can't
at
handle
all.
it. Yeah.
Even I'd be like, oh shit,
Oh shit, Channing.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, no, she was down bad,
Yeah, very bad.
down bad.
And Tyler's just like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I mean, hey man, if it works, it works. Calm, cool, collected is the name of the game, especially if you're Channing Tatum. He does not have to try.
Exactly.
He does not have to try hard. His body speaks for him. His movement speaks for him.
Exactly.
But then so we go to this party, which I'm not entirely sure of what kind of party it is. That like all the high school kids were there, but it was also a gig.
Which one is this?
This is when they do like the big dance number, and like the British boyfriend to Lucy is there.
Oh, we're skipping pretty far. Okay.
Oh, we
I
are.
also
We're skipping
do-
far. What else is there?
I also do just want to talk about I did feel very bad for the producer guy when Nora's boyfriend like gets his recording contract, like doesn't tell
take him with
Nora,
him.
like doesn't take his producer with him, like signs without him. Really shitty. I love just like the huge ass recording studio that they have in the school too. Like,
Do
spare
performing
no
arts schools
expense,
have
man.
that shit? I have no idea.
I'm sure honestly, maybe some of them do. I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be nuts.
I would not be surprised.
Imagine
I'm
your
sure there's-
second
I'm sure
period, you're
there's one
sipping
out there
Hennessy like
somewhere.
with cigars in like the recording session. You know what I mean?
Well, they didn't
You're
have
like-
any of that in this one. They
not in
didn't have
this
any of
one,
that
but I
in this
mean,
school.
you gotta give them a realistic setting. You know what I mean? They gotta be in
No,
there.
for sure. So at this point, Nora has broken up with her boyfriend. He's like, she like goes to find him. He's like chatting it up with these three other like groupie gals who were like, "You're gonna be a platinum artist. You look like a combination of Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake. You're Justin 3."
You're just in 3.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and she lights his ass up, and he's like, "Babe, I gotta do what I gotta do."
Yeah. What would you do if you were in my position?
This is where I was expecting him to be like, "Are you like would you step up? Would you step up?"
Yeah.
Because
would
I
you
stepped
step
up. If
And
I
she's
will
like,
say one
yeah,
thing,
she's like, yes, I am stepping up. I'm stepping up and away from this relationship. Leaves.
That's the one thing I will say, like, that I remember from Step Up 3 and kind of getting from this one. The dialogue may be super weird, but there are these, like, smaller monologues where people are like, you can't just sit around. You gotta make something. You gotta
Yeah.
be something. And you're like, oh, shit.
I'm just watching Step Up 3. I gotta make something of my life.
It's really fun, though. So that happens. Did I miss anything else before the big dance party thing?
Those are kind of the main points. We also do know at this point that that Nora's friend, oh my god, that Nora's best friend, Lucy, has been dating this older musician,
Older
Who
British
is
guy.
British guy who's performing at this party.
Who also looks remarkably like Brett.
He does look a lot like him.
I
was like,
literally-
is this
I was
supposed to be
like-
him? I was like, no, but he has a light beard. His hair is a little different.
I was like, did his accent change? And I was like, that's just not the same guy. That's just not him.
Yeah. Did they recast?
I
did like his music more than Brett's music. I didn't.
Yeah,
like
it was
Brett's
way more
music
fun.
that much.
It was way more fun.
Yeah,
And Lucy is a background singer for him.
and
then,
she's got bars.
And yeah, and she like pulls out from the group and has bars.
And then so does Miles. Miles has got a stellar voice.
I didn't realize you could just be out here freestyling like music producers. Like you really are like they were like, you got some hits, and he's like, yeah. They're like, get the fuck up there. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like does that? I don't know how music producing works, but if it works like improv, like that's kind of neat.
Well, he's also a DJ too. I will say some things I really did not like some of the sound design in this movie I didn't like a ton. Like
what do you mean?
like when they're having like the big band, it just like doesn't feel like they're a band playing. Like it's just kind of thin, and like the music goes like in no way as hard as it does at the beginning of the movie. And like there's people that are like playing guitars that like clearly aren't playing what's being played.
Yeah.
It's just,
Also,
like, little
everyone
things
knows
like
the
that.
same dance. Everyone knows the same dance in that.
That
in
I'm
that
fine
scene.
with because it's a dance move. It's a dance movie, you know.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That I'm okay with. That I can get behind. But if you're gonna like do close-up shots of somebody playing a guitar, that's like not playing the guitar. I don't know why. I don't know why you're doing that.
Yeah. But so Tyler pulls up to the party, and Nora pulls up to the party, and they're like, "Oh, you look so good. You look. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, you look great. I know. What's good." He's risen. She's shuddering, and they have they do that big dance number with everyone. It's cool, and then they go outside. Oh, and also Lucy has like the revelation that the guy she's dating is like really kissing on someone's neck like 10 feet away from her at the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a cheater.
Yeah. And Miles is like, what are you doing? And she's like, I can't handle this. Leaves. Boom. Done.
Yeah, she has to check her sound levels after the show.
Yeah. She has to check her sound levels. And so Channing and Jenna go outside, and they have a moment. What's the thing that they keep saying to each other? Do you remember? It's like you just got to make it happen or something.
Something I really can't remember.
Yeah, like he's like I just got to make it happen. They smooch, and then we're back to another montage.
Yeah, another montage of them being better dancers
And lovers.
and lovers. They're smooching. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. She ends up taking him to this like shipping area that her dad used to take her to before he died.
She's like, look, this place is so beautiful. And I'm like, it's pipes and a river. There's got to be better places in Maryland, bruh.
Nah, dude, there's barely any water in Maryland.
I don't know. I've never been. I'm just have to assume there's something better than pipes and factory buildings.
Yeah, but it's closely related to her father.
Okay.
You're missing the emotional heft of the scene.
What? I don't remember her talking about her dad. I don't.
Yeah, she's the one that took him. He took her to all of her recitals. He saw every single thing.
Oh, I remember that. I guess I don't remember
Her mom hasn't seen her dance in like 18 years. She's never seen her dance. She only saw her clicking her heels during the ultrasound.
I love how mad the mom is about the dancing when she sent her to that art school. Like, she could have pulled her out of that art school.
Yeah, and like she's paying so much for that art school, you know?
The ebb and flow is crazy. I'd be like, listen, you can't keep sending me mixed signals. You either need to pull me out of here or, tell me I can go dance at Brown, or I don't know. There's too much. The mom needs to make up her mind.
Yeah. She does. The mom's character is a little all over the place in this one.
Yeah. So love. And at the same time, Tyler's pulling away from his boys, Skinny and Mac.
Yeah, and we have been seeing some really good basketball montages going on. Mac can really lay it down. Honestly, he's excellent. He's an excellent basketball player. He's got he's got hops, he can dunk, his ball handling skills are on point, and there's kind of like a contention that comes up where Tyler's like starting to realize that he could kind of make it as a dancer if he wanted to. And
he has that conversation with the headmistress. Like, she's like, yeah, you can maybe do this if you commit to something in your life. Yeah,
and so he's trying to see if he can get his friend, if he can get Mac to like try out for like the school basketball team or something. And Mac's just really resistant. He's afraid.
So I have two notes in sequence for this.
Let's see.
I said, if I ever get mad at you, Luke, for dancing instead of hanging out with me, that's psychotic. Period. Homie was just trying to keep my boy Tyler on the ground with him. Was just like, you can't grow. Like, almost saying that verbatim. It was, like, really weird.
Oh, that's literally what he... Yeah.
And then, no more than 2 minutes later, I wrote, again, homie won't talk to Channing because he wouldn't set up an alley-oop for him, ? Rich.
Yeah, well, that's also one of their hustles, too, is they play for cash.
They do,
maybe,
yeah.
He was getting mad that it was interfering with business, you know?
Crazy that stealing cars isn't enough, you know? You're like, I gotta hoop for my money.
Yeah, when they're like, maybe Omar will pay us for this one. Like, what?
Why are you doing it then, bro?
You're just stealing whole cars for free? Like,
they must have did some stupid shit. They probably broke something of Omar's. Like, they probably were just outside, sure. Like, just like cracking his trash cans and breaking windows and shit.
Yeah, and then Omar's like, listen, boys, you're gonna have to step up. And,
are you gonna step up or not?
Yeah. I liked, speaking of the car break-ins, I really did like the little prank they pulled on Skinny when they have him break into a car that has an alarm.
Yeah, it goes off. Yeah, that was cute.
And then they're like running away, and then they're like, all right, we ran a block, so we're far enough to not be considered car thieves. Let's steal one on this block.
Not a single cop, bro. Not a single cop in this movie. No. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. We never do see a cop. We only see the school security guy. We do get... they go back to Omar's. They bring the car there. They really want to go to the next party that he throws. And he's like, no, dude, because you fucking pissed PJ off. And I don't want anybody getting fucking murdered at a party of mine.
Crazy.
Yeah. Little light foreshadowing. But then a really not cool thing happens because... Of course, things are going great for Tyler. He's in a happy relationship with the hottest girl at the dance school. And he has a great relationship with his siblings. He's dancing with them in the backyard. And he shows up the next day for school. And Andrew is back. His foot is fine. And our girl Nora gets mad conflicted. And Tyler flies off the handle. Yeah, Tyler does fly off the handle. And it's understandable. And honestly, their original agreement that he was going to be filling in for him, you know?
Yeah,
That was the original agreement, you know?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And it is, like, I'm assuming it's this guy's senior showcase, too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, does he just end up doing a solo or something? Like, what happens here, you know?
I don't know, man. That must suck.
Oh, to be in that guy's shoes?
Yeah, honestly.
No, for sure.
He's really conflicted, and then all of a sudden she's like, honestly, I don't want you anymore. He's like, but I go here. This guy doesn't go here.
Yeah.
And so Tyler gets really upset and he leaves. He quits. He's like, I'm done with you and your silly ballet dancing and my hybrid hip hop movements.
And he does nothing but sleep and be sad and try to get his friend's love back.
Yeah. And he does. He gets it back, and then just the worst thing happens.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about it.
You want me to talk about it?
Yeah.
So they do end up getting the invite to go to Omar's party. They head out to Omar's. This is also when we get introduced. I think this is the first time that we see her. We don't see her very, very many times in the movie. I think she has maybe 2 scenes. We get to meet Mac and Skinny's mom.
Yeah, that's the first scene that she's in.
She seems like a very sweet lady. It looks like she works at a diner or something. She has like her work uniform still on. And she's like, you guys can go out, but Skinny has to stay home. Skinny's a kid. He can't be going out. Skinny's going to bed.
He can't be going out to mob parties. No.
Yeah, he can't go out to mob parties. So they're joking. I honestly thought that they were going to break Skinny out of the house and take him anyway. But they do follow her request and they go to the party. They roll up. At this point, Tyler and Miles have formed a bit of a budding friendship.
Yeah.
Which I like that part of the movie too. I really liked Miles' character in this.
He was great.
And the actor that played him did a good job. It was he's just a cool like down to earth guy. Why wouldn't you like him? You know. Yeah. So they're hanging out. They're having a good time. Miles goes on the he bumps the DJ off, and the DJ's super chill about letting him just play his own shit in the middle of his set.
Again, improv just goes crazy in this.
Improv,
music producer.
There's a lot of collaboration in this movie. You know, having a good time. Then Skinny shows up at the party, and they're like, "Skinny, what the fuck are you doing here, man? You can't be here. You cannot be here." So they kick him out. Skinny's walking, and then lo and behold, PJ shows up at like the deli that's like 2 blocks down from the party, and PJ has an Escalade. We didn't talk about this earlier in the podcast, but at some point in the movie, Omar's like, "I'll cut you guys some slack when you get me an Escalade or something," you know?
Yeah.
And so Skinny sees this Escalade. PJ goes in. He tells his boy to like stay and watch the car. His guy gets impatient and he goes in because he wants to get like a Coke or something. And then Skinny, God bless him, he gets behind the wheel, takes off with PJ's car, and shows up at the party with it. And they're like, "What are you doing, Skinny? You got to get out of here. You got to get out of here." Because PJ sees that the car is gone. He just pulls out his phone, doesn't even ring. He just says, "Pick me up."
Yeah.
So PJ's fucking rolling, you know? PJ's got some guys. And Skinny's like in the road. They're like, "Get out of the road. Get out of here. Get out of here." Skinny's like, Come on. Like, whatever. And then a car goes by, gunshots go off, and then we see Skinny on the ground, dead.
Let's talk about it, because I will say pretty early on, I was like, this kid is gonna die. Like, I didn't say he was gonna die, but I was like, he's gonna get hurt. Like, there's too much recklessness that's happening, and there's almost no consequence to it, that something is gonna happen. Homeboy pulled out a gun at the beginning of this, like, you know what I mean? There were too many clues.
Yeah, like, there's gotta be a wake-up call coming. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, like, he got shot a bunch, and, like, they're in the street, and I was like, okay, he'll be in the hospital, he'll be fine. I really had that thought. And then my next thought, when the immediate transition was just to the casket being put in the ground. Yeah,
right.
I was shocked. I really was. I did not expect them to kill this kid.
Yeah, I was surprised the movie was going there. And it does hit because, like, Skinny is such, like, a positive and, like, happy-go-lucky kid in this. Like, he's friends with everybody, like, he's like the lovable puppy that, like, people can be annoyed by, but, like, ultimately, like, have unconditional love for, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
One thing I will say about the death of Skinny, I feel like it happened a little too late in the film, and they didn't have the time to really resolve it.
I 100% agree.
Because you go from this like really jarring thing to like 6 minutes later being like, I'm gonna be back in the dance. Like this is gonna be great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
They did it to, like it hits for sure, but it feels like kind of a bit of a wasted opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah. What you do is, I think, like, you do it 30 minutes earlier, like right before Andrew gets back, and you have all that grief on top of Andrew coming back.
Yeah.
And even I mean, because then you even have you can have the opportunity to like deal with Mac and have PJ come back around.
Yeah, I get
You know,
that. I
like-
think one of my biggest things is that like you don't get to see like how it really affects Mac that much. Like it would have been it would have
not
been
at
cool.
all.
It would have been cool for like Max to have a little arc and be like, okay, I got to do my thing now. Like
Yeah.
like I can't let like Skinny's death mean nothing. You know, I gotta like
And,
I gotta.
and that
grow
conversation
up
was
and
so
change and-
weak. That conversation was so weak with him.
It
and
was.
Tyler about the basketball.
I also will say one thing. I think everything kind of surrounding Skinny's death is some of Channing Tatum's weaker performances in this movie.
Yeah.
um,
Yes.
He just like doesn't do. I didn't think he was super awesome with like the grief and like the shock in the situation. It just feels like kind of like a put on kind of half attempt thing, which I feel
It felt-
bad saying.
yeah.
Because I really do think Channing Tatum's a talented actor. But I mean,
Oh
this is
no,
earlier
like
in
all
his
around he's
career, and-
excellent. Yeah.
yeah, this is like early in his career, and it's like very tonally different than anything else in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just feels kind of strange in that way, I think.
Yeah. I mean, put it in his hands now, like his ability now, and like put it back. He would have killed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, I think it's just a young performer type thing for sure. So they have the conversation, and Mac kind of comes to the conclusion as like his general arc of like, we're not going anywhere. Don't try to do anything. To him being like, we have to honor the memory of Skinny by pursuing things, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I liked. I loved that part of it. Like I think the message of learning to find ways to grow in the things that you like or like consider a hobby, and like growing in that, like I don't know, I just appreciate that there's this type of movie out there that's like, do it, just go do it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, overall it's got good messaging, I would say.
Yeah. And then so we go to the night of the performance, and he shows up. Like Tyler just shows up.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing ever though is like they're all back there. They're all pretty happy. They're getting ready, and Tyler goes back there and is like, "Hey, like I can do this. Like I didn't know that Andrew like backed out of it. I'm here. I can do it." She's like, "Do you remember it?" He's like, "Yes." And she turns around to everyone. She's like, "Guys, we're doing the old dance." And everyone's like, "Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!" And I'm like,
Andrew's
dude, they
crying
must
in the
have, yeah, they must have really hated whatever the fuck they did with Andrew.
Well, and Andrew was such a nice guy too. Like she doesn't ask him to step down. He's like, "I don't got it. Like I don't
Yeah.
got what you need for this number." Like Andrew's arguably the nicest character in this movie.
Oh my
Like,
god,
he's,
yeah.
He's like he takes everything on the chin. He's like he has such grace about him, you know.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Thank God we don't have to do the other thing."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And so like Max shows up, and the headmistress is like, "Okay, my girl's going up." And
Yeah.
this is my favorite dance number. Like I love it. I
Oh,
thought it
it's
was
so
great.
good. I do really like how they filmed the dance sequences in this movie because you get to see their whole bodies, you know? You just get to see the piece for what it is, which is really cool. One little nitpick thing that I will say, they have everyone kind of, it's like sort of it's kind of a raked audience, but not really. Like my immediate thing was like, the first like 15 rows are completely blocked by this orchestra. and Miles standing up conducting everything. Like I
He's
get that the
conducting
stage
with his music producer stuff.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
this
get,
guy's
I get
crazy.
that the stage is elevated, but it doesn't feel right. Like
No, it
the
doesn't.
sight lines don't seem like they make a lot of sense, at least with how they shot it. I also do like how the headmistress is like, this is the girl that I was telling you about, and then proceeds to sit right in front of the it's like a man and a woman in this pair. And she sits right in front of the woman, like completely obstructing her view and enjoyment of this extremely important piece. I'm like, you could have got him more prime real estate in this theater, man. Like, what's going on?
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but those are my little nitpicks on that.
Yeah. So they do the dance. It goes super well. They bow. They go backstage, and Nora gets talked to and is like, "Yeah, I want this girl. Obviously, she's the best of the best." And then
Yeah.
they
even
go to
even
Mr.
though the number was a little all about Channing Tatum, I will say.
Yeah. And then they go to Tyler, and they're like, "We want to know about this boy." And the headmistress immediately takes that as an opportunity to be like, "Send me your transcripts." Yeah, this is our best and brightest.
Yes, yeah. A complete product of us. We taught him everything he knows.
I would have been like, okay, all right, well, let's not go that far, but
I like to think that Omar taught him how to dance.
ooh, yeah. Even more though, like a heavy hitter is Skinny taught him how to dance.
Ooh, that'd be crazy.
Give me
But we
the
never
heavy
really get to
hitter.
see. We never really see Skinny dance, though. I don't know if Skinny can relate.
Him and Mac can't dance. Him and Mac didn't dance. Like, I'm not gonna say that they can't, but they didn't dance at all.
They can't dance like Tyler can.
No. And that pretty much is the movie, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing we skipped over a little bit was when the mom meets. We skipped over some of the mom stuff, but the mom stuff is pretty forgettable, honestly.
Yeah.
In this, the movie makes Tyler's life situation much more interesting than it makes Nora's life situation.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just how it is.
Yeah. They had to spend time around like what Tyler was doing. I think. It's a benefit to just have Nora just have the one character at home that's kind of pushing her down a little bit. But like,
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Tyler is the main character of this movie.
yeah, but they treat all of their characters with respect in this. Like,
yeah, I agree. They all get their individual moments at time to shine. And Nora is like, she is excellent. She is such a good dancer in this.
Yeah.
Who plays Nora again?
Jenna Dewan.
Yeah, she kills it. She is so good. Like when we get to see her, she kind of like is dancing on her own when Tyler's not there. She's like just killing it, and her stuff in the final number is really, really great too.
Yeah, it's so refreshing to like.
And
see
she's
stuff
dancing
like,
in heels too. She does all
Yeah.
that shit in like 3-inch heels.
But it's so refreshing to see like really fun acting and seeing those actors really do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true.
Like it's not
really...
like yeah, it's like not like the action movies nowadays where you're just like cutting someone's face onto someone else. It's like this is the real deal. Like this is the real deal. It's excellent.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So yeah, man. Want to jump into the lasting thoughts of this movie?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Cool. Couple of lasting thoughts for me. The dialogue does this movie a disservice, but I think all the way around it does treat its characters with respect. A lot of the dance stuff is super, super fun. The romance stuff gets real sexy at times, and the Skinny's death, like, it hits. Like, everything that it was aiming to do, it did, minus the dialogue stuff. That being said, like, it's not like an Oscar-winning movie, but I had a lot of fun with it. I'll be very real. I had a ton of fun with Step Up.
Yeah, I had fun too. I do wish there was more dancing. I would have liked some more like street dancing stuff going on in this. It would have been cool to have like some more like some more dances from the school and some more dances from the street, just to like see kind of the dichotomy there, you know?
Well, guess what, buddy?
Um,
Step Up to the streets is like
Yeah.
all that, I think.
that one's for me.
That's your thirst quencher.
Exactly. So we'll have to watch that. We're now going to be a Step Up podcast, everybody. And we're going to learn once we get to, when we get 25 patrons, we're going to learn one of the Step Up dances.
Ooh. Oh my God. I will hurt myself for real.
No, I don't think we can do that, but we can try.
Me and Luke
What
used
was
to
I
dance.
going to say?
Me and Luke used to dance.
We did?
Yeah, man.
How?
In the Motor City Cabaret.
Oh, we danced a little bit. I wouldn't say we danced.
Oh, I'll say we danced then.
All right.
You remember Brotherhood of Man? We were
Of
kicking.
course I remember. Of course I remember Brotherhood of Man.
I have videos of
Man.
Luke doing Brotherhood of Man.
Do you still have them?
Of course I do. I'll get rid of that
Damn,
shit.
you got to send them to me.
I will. I'll send them
Make
to you.
me remember so I can remember what I've lost.
Yeah, someone has a really good video of you breakdancing. I'm gonna find that.
Breakdancing.
Yeah, there's a video of you breakdancing at a party. Someone showed it to me recently.
Oh my
have to
god,
figure
there
out who it
can't
was.
be.
There literally is. Actually, you know who sent it? Nikita sent it. I have it saved on
Oh
my
my
Snapchat.
god. Did I look like a fool?
No, dude, you were getting fucking crunk. It was great.
Well, I need to see that video.
I'll have him send it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts as to you on this movie, and I think I've mentioned all my things. What do you want to give it for your rating?
I do not want to give this movie something crazy high, but I mean, like, I could picture myself like rewatching this with people, you know, like if I'm looking for a solid like kind of hits all the points of genre, you know, except for like horror, but it hits a lot of points. I'm gonna give this a solid 6.2 out of 10.
6.2. All right.
Yeah. It's like, it's super fun. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with that.
Cool. I'll give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5.
I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the overuse of montage in this movie. Really leaned into it, and sometimes it was hard for me to keep caring, especially with like the earlier montages of like people that are good at dance pretending to be bad at dance. That was just kind of painful to watch. Yeah, I think that's that. What's your beef score?
My beef score, I'm giving it a beefcake. A beefcake with like baggy clothes around it,
Nice.
but like also on a plate.
Sounds good.
That's strictly for Channing Tatum.
Nice. I'm gonna give it a Hardee's double cheeseburger because in one of the scenes I think they're eating Hardee's or Carl's Jr. at the at the foster home.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick that. It's like it's got its flaws. It's tasty for the right person. Could use a little bit more pizzazz, you know?
Yeah. Yep. I would genuinely be curious about like if you just picked up Step Up 3. You would be like, this is such a different type of
Different
thing.
movie. Yeah.
It's like anime almost. Like it's
Oh, really?
yeah, vibrant colors. The camera work is doing like you're doing flips with people as they flip, and like I don't know. It's cool. They get it's interesting. It's cool.
That's cool. Nice.
Alrighty. Okay, we need to do our hopeful sponsors because we didn't do that last time.
Oh, we haven't been doing them. I want to be sponsored by Instant Laundry. You ever get tired of having to do laundry and you wish you could snap your fingers and all your clothes could be cleaned and get put neatly back into your drawers and shelves and closets?
Every goddamn day.
Well, we've got the service for you. Instant Laundry only takes 1/8 of your soul in exchange for eternal instant laundry. No more going to the dry cleaner, or if you're lucky enough to have a laundry machine in your home, walking 20 steps to do that. We've got your back at Instant Laundry. come on down and sell a piece of your soul. We'll make it into a Horcrux for Lord Voldemort.
A Horcrux?
Yeah, Horcrux.
The fuck is a Horcrux?
Have you ever watched Harry Potter?
Yeah, I've seen Harry Potter. I don't know what a Horcrux is, though.
That's what he uses to have his, so he can split his soul into a bunch of different things.
Split his soul?
Yeah, you didn't watch Deathly Hallows?
Which part?
Part 1?
No. I think I only watched part 2. And I also didn't watch the one where Snape dies.
Okay, so you didn't watch...
I didn't watch all of them. I watched 2 of them.
You didn't watch the Half-Blood Prince or Part 1. Damn.
Right, yeah.
Part 1's like a whole quest to destroy all of Voldemort's Horcruxes.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, where's Snape? Like, where'd he go?
Where'd my sad boy go?
Oh, boy.
But yeah, Instant Laundry is my pick.
Instant Laundry, okay. I would like to be sponsored by the Chin Strap, by the 2006 Chin Strap.
Nice.
I'm convinced that that's the only type of facial hair I could hypothetically grow outside of what I have now.
Nice.
And I think they should make a comeback. They can line up your face and, make you look like you're wearing a helmet. And I think that's pretty cool.
That's what I want. I want the outline of where my hair would end, but nothing in the center of it. I only want the perimeter of a haircut, please.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by Chin Straps and Instant Laundry.
Thank you. It means a lot to be sponsored by such illustrious companies.
Yeah, I think it's pretty great in my opinion.
I think so, too.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to the 18th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show. Make sure to... Let me go to my notes here. Oh my god, I never have this pulled up, and it's so... Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, at Bucket of Beef Show. Follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/Bucket of Beef Show, where you get voting power on what we watch next, early access to our newest episodes, and reviews of horror movies, and access to our Last of Us review series.
Yes. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks so much to all of our patrons who help make all of this possible. And we're going to go into a quick little patron shout-out. Do you have your list pulled up, Alex? Cool.
I have my list, but we have one more person, so I'm going to say that person first, and we'll go into the rest of them.
Cool. Welcome to the Patreon page.
Steven!
Yeah, Steven. We really appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for joining. We hope you enjoy what we're making, and thanks for your continued interest. Yeah, really appreciate it. Also, a very, very hearty shout-out to Amanda.
To Jennifer.
To Jason.
To Victor.
To Dina.
To Julia.
To Julia L.
To Adam.
To Dwight.
To... Did we do Dina? We did Dina. Brittany.
Yep. To Olga.
To Rick.
To Nicole.
To Nikita. And last but never least...
To
Nicholas.
Let's
go.
Thank you.
All right, yes. Thank you for joining us on the 18th episode. Again, my name is Alex Morrison.
My name is Luke Hodson.
And we'll see you on the 19th episode of the pod.
Bye.
Hit him with the outro. Ending of the pod.
He's a liar.
Beef.
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the bucket.
Bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
Beef.
Seasoned to perfection.
Divine.
Too wet.
Beef.
It's a masterpiece, baby.
Beef.
Ew. Bum 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 bum. Beef in town is beefing all over the place. Look out, beefers, something might be on your face. He's got more than just mad skill. He's got a beaver, a tail, and a bill. And when the women swoon, whenever they hear him say, it's Perry, Perry the platypus. Banana, banana, bam. Agent P.